last night. I was probably the oldest person there by about 3 years, but it was still fun. Last night would very likely been my last night trick-or-treating, unless I could find a group of like-minded people in college. See if you can think back and remember the final time that you went trick-or-treating. Was it symbolic? Did you know that night that it would be your last time? Or did you grow up so much over that year that suddenly trick-or-treating just didn't seem as appealing anymore? It's funny how childhood habits just seem to fade away, how you just change as a person. One day, you wake up, and some things just don't seem important anymore. Towards the end of junior year, I had a growing up decision to make. Whether to go back to camp as a counselor in West Virginia, my favorite place on earth, or to go to DC with an internship for the Edwards for President campaign. I guess you could look at it as a decision of what I would have more fun doing. And I tried to look at it that way. But what it boiled down to was whether or not I was ready to grow up. I knew there would eventually come a time where I would not go back to camp. I mean, everyone has to get a real job at some point. So DC it was. But after about a week, I regretted not going back to camp. I didn't feel ready to give up being a kid anymore. Today, I can't see myself ever going back to camp. I love it there, but I just think I've outgrown it. The month I spent every year at Camp Tall Timbers were the 4 greatest months of my life, all spent with what I considered to be a second family. For those of us that have gone to camp, we all have home friends, and then we have camp friends. And while we keep in touch with our camp friends over the school year, my camp friends and I don't hang out much at home. Over the year, all of us had incrementally changed. So at the end of those 11 months, we were different people. When discussing the benefits of being a counselor with some of my own counselors I've had in the past, they all said the most rewarding part about being a counselor was watching campers grow up and come back different every summer. And in that 1 month, I changed too. When my brother and I returned home from camp, my parents noticed how we both came back different people. Last year, I came back with not only 6-pack abs, but also a better understanding of my brother. We can now joke around like we never used to, and we have stories my parents just wouldn't understand. And also, we both matured and get along much better than we did before camp. Even though I was so close to so many people at camp, I've only kept in touch with a few of them. I think when I made my decision to leave, I was done with that stage of my life. And most of those people, while I had so many great memories with them, are now just memories. However, the time we spent together will impact my life forever. And because of that, they'll still always be with me. After my final year at camp, I read The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test by Tom Wolfe. The book used a lot of hippie slang, and while most of it was LSD related, and I didn't understand it, there was one word that stuck with me. The book's protagonist, Ken Kesey, kept referring to everyone as that person's movie. The idea behind this is that everyone's life is a movie. And everyone that person ever meets is a character in that person's movie. I'm in control of my life. It is my movie. I'm the director, the cinematographer, and the editor. And you are all characters in my movie. My movie progresses because of you. You affect my plot, and my actions happen as a result of yours. And everyone walking around has his or her own movie going on. And everyone's movie is affected by everyone else's movie. I came to Gilman with 3 other boys from Harvard Day Middle School. At first, we all stayed together during all of our free time. We were all main characters in each other's movies. But as time went on, movies drifted apart. We took different classes, did different sports, and as a result, hung out with different people. I'm still very close with one of the boys, and while I'm still cordial with the others, we all just went our separate ways. And I don't think I regret it. It's just one of those things that happens. People come in and out of your life, and there's very little you can do about it. You get along great, but you're constantly changing, and you may change with the person, or your paths may diverge. Over my course at Gilman, there have been a lot of kids I've hung out with, or eaten lunch with, or just talked to a lot, and they changed, or I changed, and we both moved on. It wasn't a big deal. Our movies just left the same path, and it felt natural. You shouldn't try to force something that isn't working. If a relationship you're in isn't going well, don't try to keep it. And by the same token, if you and someone else begin to drift apart, don't feel remorse. And most of all, do not get upset with that person. You are simply passing through their history. You're a character in their movie. So why am I telling you this? Well, this time next year, I'll probably be in college. And I guarantee I'll be completely different. In my college interviews, one of the questions they always ask is, what do you think you want to do when you go to college? And I say the obvious, well, I want to stay active in politics, keep going with Model UN, etc. But the honest answer is, I don't know. I will go to college and meet new people. I will be in a new environment, and as a result, I will change. For those of us that have taken EuroCiv, it's sort of like John Locke's philosophy of the blank slate. I will go to college, not quite a blank slate, but what I will experience there will, for the remainder of my senior year and my 4 years of college will definitely affect my slate. The people in your life come and go, but your life is never over after something ends. Over time, my priorities changed, and over time, yours will too. I think growing up does not come with age, it comes with experience. If I could go trick-or-treating forever, I would. And who knows, maybe I will. Maybe in college, I'll start a business where I get paid to take my professor's children trick-or-treating. Okay, this is unlikely. But right now, I'm just going to live my life one step at a time and not worry about what I do not have any control of. I advise you all to do the same. Embrace your inner movie. Embrace the major players and the bit players who helped form you into the person that you are today. Most of the people in this room had, at some point, been a part of my movie. And I'll see you in the credits. Thank you.